Today we're gonna have a look at the Fuji XF 16-55 f2.8 RLMWR lens. Yes, I finally did it. I finally purchased my own copy of this amazing lens. And as you can see from the box, I didn't get this brand new. There are so many deals out there that sells for a few $100s off. I know there are certain discounts that goes on for this lens at certain times of the year. But for me, I just couldn't wait. Hearing so many things about this year after year, and this is the lens itself. For me, it doesn't feel that heavy. I thought it would be heavier. I know that the biggest problem of this lens is the size and the weight of this. Getting it out of the box for the first time, it doesn't seem so bad. I don't know that yet. I have to try it on my XS10. So this lens is 655 grams and the XS10 is around 450 grams. So I'll be heading out in a few moments to try the lens out for the first time, and I'm so excited about this. I love how the way this is marketed. This is what Fuji calls the prime zoom. I've never heard of a zoom lens that performs as well as prime lenses, and which is a little bit strange for me. I never thought of any zoom lens that would rival performance of any prime lens. There should be some subtle differences between the prime lenses versus this one, but you're paying top dollar for this lens, so I'm excited to see if that holds true. And I know that so many content creators had verified and are so happy with this lens, but yet then again there are some who'd rather go for primes and don't mind changing lenses, and that's a matter of personal preference. And for me, I'm sort of leaning towards having just a single lens, and the reason why I made that decision is I just wanted to have a very simple setup, just one lens in my bag that's with my camera all the time and brings you almost the same image quality as that of prime lenses. So that was it for me to make this decision. So initial impressions of this lens, it's obviously built very well. A red badge right there, aperture ring, focus ring, zoom ring, weather resistant. Let's do some test shots, test videos. I'll be trying to vlog with it as well and see if that's doable. Alright, so I think it's time to head out and do some test photos and videos.
Let me tell you right now, your exquisite kiss still burning. Didn't know I missed this passion in life. Now I'm addicted somehow. Let me tell you what is up with your smile? It's impossible, not melting, irresistible. When I look through your eyes, not even sky's the limit. I used to be satisfied, stayed over this surface. Now I just can't get enough. You make me feel good like no other. I just want everyone to see what I've discovered. And when I'm with you, I go higher. You lift me up, now I can see so much further. You're on the horizon. You're on the horizon. I'm a butterfly who has only begun, taking me a while to get it. Had to live and cry to appreciate life and what you give is worth it. When you're holding me, when you hold me so close, I'm a brother in under your skin. Wanna leave a mark so that I can be sure that you remember what's been. I used to be satisfied, stayed over this surface. Now I just can't get enough. You make me feel good like no other. I just want everyone to see what I've discovered. You're on the horizon. You're on the horizon. Let me tell you what I found. Leaving everything behind, knowing there is more in life than I would.
And that concludes my initial thoughts on the XF 16-55 f2.8 lens. It's absolutely a tank, full metal construction build. Absolutely wonderful for both photos and videos, as you've seen in my test shots. I guess this is what you call the one lens to rule them all. I know others would argue that there are other wonderful lenses out there in Fuji's lineup, or with even the third-party lenses now coming into the Fuji X mount. There's also the Tamron 70-70, and I think there's gonna be the Sigma 18-50 coming up. But for me, it's all about the ease of use. I now get it why others love having the aperture ring. Now that I'm in the Fuji system, having the aperture ring is absolutely a win. So others would say the risk of having an aperture ring here is an accidental shift in the aperture. Things could go wrong, it could get bumped. So all in all, this is what I think would be my one lens to bring with me for every travel that I'd go to. It's compact enough. I know it's quite the controversy there, being one of the largest and heaviest lenses in the Fuji lineup. But coming from the Sony full frame system and comparing it to this, so this is an equivalent of a 24-70 f2.8 aperture, weighing only at 650 grams, and comparing it to the 24-70 f2.8 G Master from Sony. That of course weighs more, costs more. I think costs twice as this. So comparing it with that, I think this is like a win-win-win for me in terms of price, weight, compactness, or size. So I know I've only had this lens for a day, but I can confirm that everything works so perfectly with this lens. Yes, it's a bit on the heavier side, but you're getting all that focal range from 24-70 full frame equivalent, and with f2.8 constant aperture across the range. You could do so much with this, from wide angle landscape shots to mid telephoto portrait shots. This focal range is the jack of all trades, so it's very versatile, and I'm just so excited to bring this lens with me to all my future trips and challenge myself with just this lens. And I'm not worried about missing any shots. And that's it for this one. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll catch you again on the next one.